What's going on, guys? It is Nix here, and I want to be the first to welcome you guys back to the devlogs. Now, I have a very special treat for you guys, because it's been something that I've been wanting to showcase for a little bit now, and it is not entirely there and done yet, but should be by the time it comes out and it's updated. So right here behind our Derp Railroad bobber caboose, we have the brand new, fully finished, well, fully in-game at least, Heisler. Now this is the newest model, and it was sent back a little bit in terms of time, as there was actually the model that we had originally in the game was not the most accurate one for the time period. With that said, one of the major changes is there's actually no generator on this one, so don't be looking for that in the control menus. Now, like I said, this is the newest model, and it's not entirely finished yet, as I am currently in the test branch, which is the exclusive developer branch of the game. So this is pre-beta, the first look that you guys will have at the new engine. Now you guys can see there's a lot of details that has changed. There's a new water gauge here, as well as a few different things have kind of sort of moved around, but they're generally in the same spot. Your regulator bar, as well as your brakes, and your cylinder cocks is down here, as well as your reverser. Now again, there is no hand generator, but your hand valve for your air brakes is still over here. With that said, a little bit different design here in the back. Obviously we got a little bit more support for more firewood, and we got a sort of a little bit different water cap here, or water tank. Now there is a few bugs in this, and I don't know if these bugs will still be here when the update comes out. Kiyomi is currently fixing these. However, he didn't get to fully finishing everything before I was able to showcase this. So with that said, there might be a few things that you guys spot that is not entirely correct. But a little fun thing here is that there is now running boards that you guys can stand up here for the Heisler. This only currently works with the newest model of the Heisler. Don't know whether or not that will come for the other models, but hopefully sometime in the future. Another fun little bug, and a reoccurrence one as well, is the sand dome does not properly animate like the other ones do. And this was a similar bug that we found on the Class 70, so you guys will have to watch out for that. There are a few other bugs, but we won't really get into those, as that's not what this video is about. Now again, this is the first dev vlog back, and for those you guys familiar with the series, are aware that Heis was the original creator of the dev vlogs. As per my last video, you guys are now aware that Heis, as well as a number of other team members for all personal reasons, have stepped away from being part of the development team. With that said, you guys were kind of left a little whiles without any sort of like update in terms of a vlog, so I will be bringing the dev vlogs back, hopefully once a week, depending, as my schedule is not always the most set thing in the world, so these will kind of happen when they happen, and we'll see how they turn out, and we'll go from there. So with that said, guys, let's get this Heisler hooked up and get going. On a little side note while we're waiting here, thank you guys so much for the amazing support you guys have shown off the first video, as well as the community kind of welcoming me in as the new community manager. I know I have quite a big pair of shoes to kind of fill and step into, as Heis is no easy person to kind of replace. He is an amazing person, so special thanks out for Heis for doing such an amazing job over the past vlogs. I only hope that I can bring the same quality content to you guys, and hope you guys enjoy them, and we see some really interesting stuff. So thank you guys again so much. So yeah, Q&A. Not really going to be much of an update Q&A. The point of this vlog really is to kind of not only answer questions that the community has had over the past couple of weeks, but also kind of reassure things that have previously been stated coming to the game and reconfirming them. So let's get started with some of the first questions. The first one being varied switches, examples being the Y switch or other similar switches being presets in the game. This was answered by Kiyomi, as all the rest of these questions, but he says yes, it's just a matter of figuring out which switches are good fit for the game, and getting them modeled, so you guys will eventually see those later on. Next question being the different whistles for the engines, as you guys have previously seen or had noticed from one of the previous vlogs. Hold on. Hold the phone. Me being a bad prep here on the dev vlog. Did not check my switches, so let's rewind that, shall we? Go ahead and throw that in reverse. Just back that up slowly. Yeah, that whistle needs some work. But, no, back to the question at hand. Different whistles for the engine. Yes, we will definitely see, oh god, I really butchered that up. Yes, whistles will be a number of different things that players will be able to modify moving forward. Unfortunately, some of this stuff might not come until after the exit of early access. Next question, considering that there's a few of them right here in this shot, is are we keeping the static 90-degree crossovers? Now, this is again another question that has been previously answered, but we'll be reassuring the answer, saying that the static 90-degree crossovers will no longer be needed, but I'll probably add a new version of it. So we might be seeing some other versions of a crossover switch. Now, you guys are familiar, of course, that within the new beta and spline update that we will be able to place our own custom crossovers. And I'll be showing those off probably in another video. Moving forward, hopefully nicely this time, we'll go a nice little slow start here. Maybe. Give it a nice 20%, it'll warm up. So next question, parallel snapping for track, and this has also got a sister question following up, being laying more than one parallel track at once. Kiyomi says that yes, this will be a feature, and furthermore, that both parts of these questions will be a feature, it's just yet to be implemented into the spline update. So we will be able to place parallel track, as well as being able to snap off of other previously placed track, making the splines a little bit easier to place moving forward for those of you guys that like to double track, such as myself. Next question is being able to snap to industry platforms. Kimmy says, I think I can provide connection points for industries. If players connect to them, then they will be able to, they will be correct distance from the platform. So, with that said, if that becomes a part of the spline update, you guys will be able to snap to the platforms at industries, such as loading docks or unloading docks, and as well as being able to place, or rather, delete track that was pre-placed by the game if that occurs as well, because I know that was another question that was previously asked in another vlog. Moving forward, speaking of snapping, will facilities be able to be snapped to the track? Kiyomi said, I will enable snapping for facilities like the water and sand towers, as the current way of placing them is not ideal. And I know the struggle on that one, sand tower being one of the more difficult ones to handle. Oh, what happened there? Game? Okay, well, we are put back together. I don't know what that kind of shenanigans was, but that's going to be a bug report for sure. We'll see what's going on there. More testing required, though, so we'll just move on over, and hopefully we won't have that sort of situation again. I have to figure out where I was on the questions, though. Alright, moving forward, 19% should do us good. And, yeah, so going on with the next question. Yeah, so that was, last question was about facilities being snapped to tracks, which I answered, or rather Kiyomi answered, being able to enable snapping for facilities like water and sand towers, as the current placement is not ideal. So everybody kind of understands that. Placing the sand tower in particular is a bit of a pain. But next question, higher bridges. So a lot of people have suggested, or wanted higher bridges, as the steel trestle in some cases does not suffice, or at least different styles of bridges as well. He says, yes, bridges will be possible as long as the model is provided, so the other team will have to work on that. We'll do some research and get back to you guys on that. Moving forward, though, turntables. Now, this has been something that has been asked in regards to the spline update. I know a lot of people do love turntables, and there has been other ones that have been showcased before that have yet to make it into the game. It says turntables will be added once splines are ready. In other words, the spline update is a bit complex, and so turntables might have to wait until after everything else is kind of squared away. So once the spline update is completed, chances are we'll see a following update or another update later on for turntables in particular. So you guys will have to, unfortunately, deal with that small inconvenience as we work on getting that re-implemented into the game. Tunnels. Now, this was a good question that a lot of people wanted reconfirmed. Will tunnels be added into the game? And this is a very big question because it's sparked by... Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Alright, looks like we are 0 for 2 on 90-degree crossovers today, which I am very confused about because I know for sure I had ran the Heisler on these rails before. Alright, hold that thought, chat. We'll be right back after we clean this up. Alright. Well, this is going to be a fun rest of the video. Not gonna lie, full disclosure, when I sat down to start recording this, I did not expect that the 90-degree crossovers would be a pain in my butt. So, thanks for that. Hopefully those will be the last ones we'll see for a while. Hopefully we won't derail on the last one. Moving forward, though, back to the conversation at hand, being tunnels. So yeah, a big thing that was showcased a while ago via one of the dev vlogs. However, the person that helped develop the tunnels has been one of the people that have left the team. However, with that said, tunnels are actually still possible. He only says yes, but later on in the future, as we don't have all the mechanics figured out yet, we are working on it. So, from what I've had a conversation with Kiyome, tunnels are still possible, all the mechanics work for it. There's just a few minor bugs that are not yet solvable at the moment. So we'll figure those out when the time is ready. It's going to be one of those things that is going to be sitting on the back burner for a little bit until more important things come out. Moving on to the next question. Text wrapping / scaling for larger names on engines and tenders. So if you guys are not familiar, when you go and write a name that is a little too long for your engines, especially on the smaller ones, the text kind of just floats off the model and it just looks really weird and doesn't kind of really fit. Kiyomi says text wrap is not yet supported. It's going to be one of those things that not really a focus at the moment for the game's development, but may become a quality of life feature moving forward. So stay tuned for that. Now, those are a lot of the questions that have been asked in Heis's previous vlogs to kind of reconfirm things. Now, there's a few other things that we are going to cover that are kind of more up-to-date questions, if you will, guys. So the next one on that list is the Steam Workshop support. Will we get Steam Workshop support? The Steam Workshop, for you guys that are not familiar, is a community-driven content platform where players or community members of the game can upload or implement their own content into the game. Now, it's sort of basically along the lines of modding. However, from the discussion the team has, as well as Kiyomi, saying that, yes, Steam Workshop support will come, but it won't be something the game will see until after early access, as the game is simply not in the right stage for it to be appropriately added. So more about that another time. Moving forward, though, what is after the Spline update? So I know you guys are still, as best as you guys can, patiently waiting for the finish and completion of the Spline update. There's a few other things that are coming out for the Spline update that we'll be covering in the next couple of devlogs. And I think from previous conversations with Kiyome, we'll have something really fascinating to showcase for you guys next week, potentially. We'll see how far the development goes. But in terms to answer the question, is that there are a number of things that could potentially be next, but we are still very actively working on the roadmap to make sure we are going in the right direction. There's a few things that kind of play into this right now that the team is still deciding on and working on. We want to make sure that we have everything laid out in an appropriate manner. That way when we go and add these features, that we don't add something that too soon or too late. That way you guys can kind of experience the content as we add it. Now there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff coming in the future, but we'll get onto that more another time. Speaking of the future, or rather the past in this case, are the models that were showcased on the Discord, the official Railroads Online Discord, still coming to the game. Now I know you guys have kept very active tabs, a lot of you, on the models showcased in the game, and we're going to bump the Heisler up here. It's going to get loud. Bump it up to 80%, should be good. Nope, wrong meter there. I'm going to adjust that audio. But to answer the question moving forward, the models that were showcased in the past is a bit of a tricky situation, being that some of them, or a majority of them actually, are models that belong to team members that have previously left the project. With that said, there's a bit of a legal line there that we're still trying to make sure before we finalize those models, or rather, let me rephrase that. We are still in the process of figuring out which models we can actually use and which ones we cannot. And for the ones that we cannot use, depending on when things have been modeled, we will be remodeling those so you guys get that same content that has already been showcased in the game. So stuff like the 2-axle freight cars, all the other engines that have been showcased, a lot of the fun stuff that a lot of people have been looking forward to for a very, very long time, as well as myself have been looking forward to these, will be in fact coming into the game, whether we use the previous models that have been provided and worked on for the game, or if we end up having to remodel some of those old engines. With that said, there have been a few people added to the team, which I'm sure you guys may have noticed throughout the Discord. And some of them even have been posted models so far. I think one has been posted today that has been showcased. So you guys will get to see those and some of these new guys' skills moving forward. Next question, though, is moving forward, and speaking of the engines, what about the tech trees? Now, this is again another interesting thing that is being worked on. Now, I know that the tech trees have been showcased before. However, a previous team member has gone and removed them before their permissions were removed, and we had noticed that they were missing. With that said, the answer to that question is yes, tech trees will be showcased again, previous ones that were removed by ex-team members, but the idea of having a tech tree is still too good to let go. So once they're finished and finalized, the tech trees will be re-showcased and, will be gone through in a different video, so you guys get to see what is going to be coming to the game. The tech trees are one of the things, though, that will be working in hand with some certain game mechanics that we are planning on adding to the game. So the roadmap has to be worked on kind of at the same time as the tech tree. Now, I can confirm that the first third of the locomotive tech tree is 99% finalized. There's just a slight little different questions about the progression of it, and you know, what is best for the community versus, you know, what is historically accurate. And for this game, that is a bit of a fine line that we do have to cross moving forward, as we want to kind of cater to both communities, or both sides of the communities, those who really enjoy the immersion of the game and the accuracy that it provides, but also those who are more casual railroad fans such as myself that really just want to get in there, build some awesome track, and run some trains. So you guys will have that tech tree moving forward soon enough. So guys, please stay posted for that. And I don't think I have any other questions. I think that was my last one. So again, guys, thank you so much for the continued support, and we are rolling up here on the iron mine. But I won't bore you guys with that. Maybe we'll use the second half of that for something else, or maybe we'll just do some nice footage going down. But some other fun side notes for you guys that are still watching the video throughout to the end. Again, thank you guys so much for the support you guys have shown on the first video being my announcement. I hope you guys really enjoyed this one, or at least found it helpful. There is a lot of stuff that I am personally very, very, very excited to give to you guys, or showcase to you guys moving forward. So there will be a lot of really fun content coming forward, not only for the community, but for the devlogs as well. And we'll see what kind of happens next. On another side note though, since you guys have been so amazing, I've decided to set up a bit of a fun stretch goal. So we're kind of, as this is being recorded, roughly over about 560 subscribers, I believe, last I looked. With that said, if I reach 1,000, oh, that is not the wrong thing I wanted to hit, and we missed the hoppers there, but that's alright, we'll just give it a nice little stop here. The stretch goal is, if I reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, my girlfriend will very happily, because she's been threatening to do this, paint my nails, and she's been wanting to do a sort of cow design. So I'll put up an example or two of what we're talking about there, and I do stream on Twitch, so maybe we'll pull out the old webcam and show those off during a stream or two, or at least we'll do a video of it so you guys get to see the final results in my very manly embarrassment in that regards. But again, guys, thank you so much for the support. You guys have been amazing. I know you guys are trying your best to be patient with the progression of the development of the game, but please know we do have more information coming to you guys soon, and I definitely know that there will be something fun to showcase to you guys next week, hopefully. In terms of the next update, kind of the last question that I kind of held on to the very end for the guys that are still waiting. The next update is expected to be dropped Friday. Now, I know there wasn't one this previous week, and that was because Kiyome needed to take a small little getaway vacation to kind of refresh and, not so much burn himself out on the development, as he is a one-man army for the coding side of the game. But hopefully we'll find some more support moving forward later on. With that said, though, expected, and I can't stress this enough, expected that the next update will be Friday potentially. So if it doesn't happen Friday, I apologize. It will probably follow either Saturday or Sunday, but hopefully Friday you guys will finally have the new Heisler model that we've showcased in this video available to you guys, not only in the beta branch, but also in the main branch of the game. So after having a conversation with Kiyome, apparently, and this was actually originally intended, that there will be a separate update for the main branch that will import the new models into the main branch of the game. Which means those of you guys that like the more stable version of the game right now, because the beta sometimes can be a bit of a mess, you guys will at least be able to enjoy the new models in there as we continue development on the Spline update. So with that said, guys, again, thanks so much. I hope you guys enjoy this new devlog, or new style of vlog. And again, thanks to Heisler for starting such a wonderful series, and I hope to really live up to the expectations for you guys in the community and providing these moving forward. So again, thank you guys so much, and as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one, and enjoy.